the Boston Mass, Jose Raymond. Hey, Jose.
Hey, Ron. How you doing?
I got it right that time.
Good job.
Doing well, doing well. So we just wrapped it up. We were not in Toronto, but we were watching the stream. That's how most people see contests these days. We're going to talk mostly about 212 and open, but I'm going to rip through some results, guys. Women's bodybuilding was won by Mela Ash. Second place, Lisa Kudry. Michelle Jin was third. They only did top 3 results, guys, in every division except for open, if you're curious. Fitness was Andrea Glass, winner. Second place, Abby Bolton. Third place, Danielle DaCosta. Women's physique, no surprise, Ivy Rain, originally from Brazil. Second place, Alexis Sullivan. Third place, Lisa McLean. Figure, Angelita Lopez won. Second place, Mariam Bamdad. Third place, Katarina Aninau. Wellness, Cassandra Gillis, first place. Second place, Celeste Morales. Third place, I have no idea because this show had a pro qualifier yesterday. They all jumped into the pro show, and some of them did very well. One of them actually won his division. We'll get to that in a second. Bikini, first, Danielle Phelps. Danielle is the girlfriend of Breon Ansley. So you've probably seen her in a lot of Breon's videos eating some pancakes with him. Second place, Adair Librecht. Third place, Miriam Wall. Wheelchair, only one gentleman. He turned pro yesterday, Tori Jones. Men's physique, first place, David Mazzolani from Italy. Second place, Sharif Reed. Third place, Ikena Amiliari. Classic. I don't know who won Classic, guys. He was number 32. He turned pro yesterday. At some point, I'll see the score sheets. I'll let you know. Second place, Romain Romasami. Third place, Ramon Hay. Now we get into it, guys. We're going to start with 212. Well, Jose, this was supposed to be, on paper, should have been a very, very easy paycheck and Olympia qualification for David Henry. David's won the Olympia back in the day. He's won many pro shows. Like you, he's one of the legends of the division. This was not the best David Henry I've seen by a long shot. He's still got some great poses, and he did tighten up a lot for finals, but man, this should have been his show all day. And instead, I'll read the results. He came in third place behind Douglas Connor and another guy I had picked to win, Adolphus Coita. But let's start from third place on up. Dave Henry, what could Dave have done to be better today?
David could do what I've been hoping he would do for the last few years, which is get closer to the 200-pound version of David, where he is absolutely inside out and not trying. He's not going to ever lose to anyone size-wise. Nobody's going to outmuscle him. He just has to be as sharp as he can possibly be. Now, I'm going to guess he was somewhere in the 210 area, or even 208 to 210. He probably weighed in close to the cutoff.
Yeah.
And that's not the sharpest look for him. Let's just call it what it is. To me, he's only a few months younger than me, and I'm going to be 47 in 3 weeks.
That's right.
And 47-year-old, almost 47-year-old pro bodybuilder placing third in a show. He still could have won this show if he was as tight as he could be.
Yeah.
But certain things, and they just say it. Through the years, your midsection starts getting a little bigger, making the legs look a little smaller, I don't even want to go there with David. I just want to say he wasn't as sharp as he could have been.
Yeah.
And some of those knockout shots that he usually has weren't as explosive as they typically would be.
Yeah.
That being said, he's still unbelievable, and he still could win pro shows.
Oh, yeah.
If he just goes back to that look of being when he was 202, 199 to 201 pounds, that is a version that would be very hard to beat in any show. Never mind a smaller show like this.
Yeah. I mean, I saw it in the softness, relative softness. We're comparing him to the best he's been. Certain areas, like all across the delts and the chest, it's usually, even when he's relaxed, you see some separation, striations. This time you didn't see it until he hit the poses. The back shots, his back double bicep is usually a knockout, but he still has all the muscle in the world back there and all kinds of bumps and ridges, but usually it's dry and tight. You see all kinds of little striations in there. And the glutes and the hams, softer than they should have been. For the front, his quads were really sharp for the finals, though.
Yeah.
He pulled it together somehow in only about 4 hours. But yeah, this should have been his show all day, easily. No offense to anybody else.
I think his rear, when you look at the shape, his rear lat spread, his rear double still beat everyone.
Yeah.
He was still the most complete when it comes to those shots. It's just that it wasn't as dug out as it would be, as it should be. And he, the front double with the midsection not pulled in as tight. And I have a feeling the judge, who was the head judge, is known for being rough on people who are not at their best.
Didn't he do that? That happened to you one time, I believe.
If it's the same head judge, I think it was.
I know. Yeah, it was. I could hear his voice. It was.
Yeah, I think this guy's notorious for not necessarily judging what's in front of him, but using previous appearances to come to that decision. If you're used to seeing the sharpest David Henry ever, and then he shows up, and then he kind of kicks him off to the side. That being said, the guy that won, I have no problem with it. I have no problem with it. I don't think David was screwed. I definitely think he was. They're hard on him. They're definitely hard on him, because there has been a few placements with David that I don't agree with in the last 5 years. There's been many.
Oh, I remember that Olympia where I think he didn't make top 10.
It's 11th.
Was it 11th? I was like, what?
Yeah, I would have had him 6th.
Yeah, I thought there'd been a clerical error putting the scores together of that show.
Yeah.
But, I had him in 3rd after judging. At finals, the way he looked at finals, and they did not do a confirmation. They only did a confirmation round out of all the divisions for men's open at this show, which was bizarre. I don't like the confirmation round because it makes the shows drag on, till like midnight or 1 a.m. sometimes. But I thought it was kind of odd that they did it for just one division at this show, men's open.
Well, especially in the 212, that top 3 was not set in stone. Had they judged that tonight, it might have been a slightly different outcome.
I think Henry might have pulled into 2nd. I still wouldn't have had him for the win. So Adolphus Coita was another guy I had as a favorite going in, and I'd seen him last at the same show in 2019, bigger than I remember. Particularly his legs. His legs blew up. They have sweep like they go out to here now. It's crazy. Yeah. But we had a little chat before we started recording. We said it actually makes his upper body, especially his arms, look small now. When his legs were not as crazy looking, he was more balanced and proportionate. But now, like, he hits that front double, and you see these quads out to here, and the arms they look really weak in that shot, only because of those legs.
Yes.
When you have legs
and
like
he's got pretty wacky shoulders too. The delts are really big and round. And when you have such big legs and big delts, the arms just stand out to you, kind of like a Ben Pekulski. Remember Ben's quads were massive, awesome shoulders. It really made his arms look weak, and it kind of threw off the whole balance of the physique. He's a very similar. He's like a smaller, white, different version of Ben. Yeah. He was really good, as you said, a few years ago. I mean, he's been around a while now, maybe 4, 5, 6 years ago.
Yeah.
He was kind of stringier looking, but he looked very balanced, and his condition was better than it was today. Yeah. He has come in more conditioned. I'm going to guess that he's right at the cutoff now. I don't know anything about him, but I don't either. I think he's taller, probably more to the 5'7", 5'8" height. And I bet he's struggling to make the weight now because those legs are massive.
Indeed. So Adolphus, just go to town on those arms, dude, because those legs are wacky.
Yeah, it works, right, Ron?
When I was having like trauma, what do you call it? Like PTSD when you're talking about Pekulski, because that's like I'm like the tinier version of Pekulski, basically. But the winner, Douglas Connor, I never heard of him, but he's American. It said Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I was very impressed with him. He brought the condition. He had pretty great structure, legs, everything. Little tiny knock on him. I would want to see a little more arms out of him too. Just in certain shots, they didn't really stand out, like his front lat and his front relax, but he had everything, the total package. He had enough to beat these two guys who I had as a favorite. I never even mentioned him in the preview that I did with Giles last week.
No, I never heard of him either. He did. He looked good. His condition was good. He was, he was posing well. I think his front lat spread was the best of that group. And he had stature, like height, width, and just enough condition. There was nothing that was absolutely bananas about it. Like
Yeah.
He didn't blow me away, but he was good in snuck by and won. I really would have had no problem with any one of those guys winning. Honestly,
Yeah, I mean, I still, after the judging, I had Adolphus winning. I had
I
Douglas
thought
in
that's where they were
second.
going.
Yeah. You know, maybe if they had rejudged it, no, I don't think it would have changed. I think Douglas still would have won because they didn't change much. Douglas and Adolphus didn't change. The only one that really tightened up was Henry. So, yeah. All right, let's move on.
Hey,
Men's
give a
Open. Huh?
mention to the kid who turned pro yesterday,
That's
Didochak.
right. Oh, that's right. His name was. Okay, so guys, this is going to be Stephen with a PH, and then Didochak is Didoshak. He actually has crazy potential. I think
Yes.
that's somebody we're going to be seeing more and more of in this division.
Yes.
I did look up because he's got it all. He's got this total package, structure, shape, size. I did look at his Instagram, and he does look much bigger in some of his progress pictures. It's just, this is Instagram. I understand. I know the game. Believe me, I do the same shit. I'm not judging him for it, but if you only saw like the past few posts he made on Instagram and then you saw him walk out, you'd be like, huh? Because he doesn't look. There's a shot. It was him and his coach where he was doing that class most muscular.
Yeah.
Good Lord, I thought that was Big Rami.
Yeah, I said, you know what? When I first saw that picture, I go, this kid could win the Open.
Yeah.
I said, if he's going to turn pro, no question, which he did, and he deservedly so.
Yeah.
But then when I saw him come out in the 212s, I was like, oh, wow, he looks a little thin. I'm like, maybe he sucked down too much to get into the 212s. He looked a little smaller, but his condition was good. His shape is beautiful. Those shoulders are wild. He's got a lot of potential to do well. I don't have any idea what he weighs.
Yeah. Yeah. If he's not close to the limit, if he still has a few pounds to go, I think he's going to be very, very dangerous within the next year or two.
Yes.
Maybe
I thought
even sooner.
I'm going to guess he plays fourth.
Yeah, we don't know.
They didn't place him, but I'm going to guess he plays fourth, or he should. And I would have no problem with him sneaking.
He would have been. Oh, that was in the 212. You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought he was open because you were just talking about.
No, he's 212.
Yeah, I bet he was fourth.
But anyway, congratulations, Stephen, because you looked phenomenal. Stop posting those pictures on Instagram because you fooled the shit out of me. I thought you were going to be winning the Open.
Got to be young. He's got to be like mid-20s, late 20s at the most. I'm going to say mid-20s.
Yeah, maybe a little more. I know Chris Aceto used to work with him, used to help him.
Okay.
And the year that we that I went up to the Vancouver and Hadi won, he had done the amateur division there, and he looked phenomenal.
Okay.
And I think he won his class. He may have even won the overall, but they didn't give a pro card.
So that was 2019. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Open, we only know the top 5 at this point. So 5th place was Stan DeLongu, who was best friend and training partner of the late Mr. Olympia, Sean Roden. The only IFBB pro that I know, actually, I think some women have done this, who have gone up 3 divisions. Stan turned pro in classic physique. Then men's physique, the Ward shorts. Yeah. Then he went to classic. Now he's men's open. So he's put on a ton of muscle since he turned pro. I thought he looked really good. He's got a very rugged physique. I'd like to see it's a structural thing. You can't do much. I'd like to see more of a taper in the torso. His waist, it's not like he has a wide waist. It's just not narrow, but tons of muscle, great condition. Yeah. So yeah, you knew Stanimo was going to be in the first call out.
I did. I really liked his look. I thought this is one of his better appearances. I think he's continued to improve. Some people move up classes. It's not necessarily a good thing. Stan has moved up and put on some really good quality muscle. I'm not so much turned off by his taper. I think it looked great. I think he had the best front lat spread of those guys. Like he had the pecs were rolling, ripped. His condition was like 90%, like pretty good. I liked his look. I just think he needs time to keep getting better. He's, bodybuilding and learning how to put it all together, put it with the posing and I don't mean posing as far as entertainment value, but posing and being able to do a rear double while squeezing your hamstrings, while squeezing your glutes, while not passing out on stage and making it all look right. That takes time to learn and perfect. And I really liked Stan. I liked his look. I thought he could have been fourth. And then I saw that guy that was fourth.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the camera angle, but whoever was to the left of the screen, our left, looked gigantic, and whoever was to the right looked a little smaller.
Huh.
But that guy that beat him deservedly, because when they were standing next to each other, he was significantly bigger, taller, wider, and just as conditioned. So I stand corrected.
Okay,
And,
so we're talking about fourth place. This was a gentleman I never heard of until today. They pronounce his name Aaron. It's spelled Eiren. Last name Gauley, Gauley. He's from Ontario, right there in Canada. This was a great opportunity. This show is always a great opportunity for the Canadian competitors, but I think even more so because the numbers were not huge at this show this time due to it being in December. There's been contests going on since April. We've had, I don't know how many men's open shows, like over 20 at least. So he jumped in there and he looked great. And I had no problem with him taking fourth. I wouldn't have argued with Stan beating him. I think they had, slightly different strengths and weaknesses, but he's impressive. I think we're going to be seeing more of this Aaron Gauley guy.
Yeah, good frame, good structure, good everything. Just needs more muscle. Especially standing next to Seaman. Seaman is big, really big.
Yeah. So
I thought Joe looked the best from behind the whole show. Yeah, I think his rear double, his rear lat, he was hard enough. He was bigger than everyone. Man, that was impressive.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know what he weighed. He goes by, he's got one of those ironic Instagram titles, Coach Little Joe. Yeah, he's not little. He's a very big dude. He was. I remember I don't know if it was 2018 or not. One of the years I went to this, I think it was 18 or 19.
Off run.
What's that?
Keep going.
Oh, he took fourth place the day after turning pro and that was a big lineup. there was like 20 guys in the show that year in the men's open.
Yeah. Joe is I bet he's 250, 255.
Yeah, he must be.
He looks every bit of it. In that he kind of did a J quad stomp there. He's got very similar quads to Cutler.
He does.
That crazy huge outer sweep, strided. Joe's awesome. He's just genetically not blessed with the best. Like we just said, Cutler. He's got kind of wide hips like a Cutler.
Yeah, I was going to say.
The only problem is he doesn't have, barn door shoulders like Jay. Not yet.
Right.
Joe is wide. Joe is big, wide, everything. He's got potential, but he doesn't have Jay shoulders just yet.
Yeah, well,
I really like Joe. He brings it every show. He's worth talking about.
Yeah.
And then you had Joel Thomas in second.
No, Joel won, didn't he?
That's right.
Yeah, Joel won.
Right. I meant to say I thought Joel would have been in second the whole time.
Yeah. I
mean, the way the judging went, the way it looked, I thought Quentin was bigger, harder, prettier, and all the above. But I don't know. Like maybe I don't know.
Well, when you say Quentin was bigger in terms of he weighed more and he was taller, but I thought thickness was Joel Thomas to me is a thicker, more compact bodybuilding. I mean, he's got those shoulders, the arms, chest. He's huge. But I thought condition wise, Quentin had him by a mile, particularly from the back. His glutes and hams are all carved out. I thought it was going to be enough because Quentin's got such a tiny little waist. Joints are just tiny on him. He does got crazy genetics. To me, he was 260, but I still feel like he needs to fill out a little bit more. I don't think he's where he needs to be yet, size-wise, to really maximize that shape and that frame that he has.
Yeah, Quentin is I gotta guess he's 6'1".
Yeah, he's 6'1".
He's got to be up there. And he is big. He's got good quads. His calves are good. His arms are good. He just has so much of a canvas that it comes off like he has a lot of gaps still. And that's front to back thickness. He's not super thick front to back, like a shorter, stockier guy like Joel.
Right.
Joel's known for his front to back thickness.
Yeah.
The only reason I was leaning towards Quentin, I was convinced he was going to win, was one, because of the positioning and prejudging. Two, he was clearly sharper, particularly from behind. Joel didn't have the glute, lower back glute. From the camera he didn't, from online. And Quentin had that in spades. Yeah. And he has that really Ed Nunn, Tony Freeman type of physique, tall, wide X. Yeah. I really, really love that kid's physique, and he's gonna be something soon. I was very surprised Joel beat him. But that being said, that's the best Joel's ever brought. Like we were always looking forward to seeing him. Like, this guy's so thick. Look at those. You get a glimpse of his calves in a Instagram video, or his quads, arms, and then it just never came to fruition. He would either just miss his peak, he'd come in too flat or not in shape. And I'm glad that he got the look he did, and he won.
Yeah.
I just think I'm tough on conditioning, so when I think of a pro winner going to the Olympia, I want to see this kid strapped, striped, sliced in every shot. And that was kind of my eyes, more Quentin.
Yeah. The one, like you said, front to back thickness, I think that's one thing Joel really edged him out on. Quentin needs, chest is okay. He needs more thickness of chest. It's his back that I think he really needs the most work. And you saw it when I saw Joel and him hit their rear lat spread next to each other. Yeah. Joel's back is so much thick. The rear lat spread is a tough shot because literally you're spreading the back out. If it's not super thick, it's going to look thin. And that's the one shot. Did that make sense? Was that too simple?
Yeah, you did. It was great. Well, if there's nothing to spread, it's no longer a lat spread.
Yeah. So that's what Quentin needs. More chest and back, and just fill out a little more. He's going to be awesome. He's only 26, 27. He's a kid. I think he's like 20. I think he's 26. So, he's a baby. He's got so much potential ahead of him. But, congratulations to Joel, Olympia qualification.
Definitely.
To the Open Olympia. Jen, do we have any questions from the chat? Oh yeah, definitely.
Clearly. Joel was the best I've seen him yet, but Quentin was definitely drier, leaner for sure.
Yeah. And just to add, these streams, you don't see the full condition. I know you don't, because I've seen streams after I've been at the event. I've watched the footage later and I go, geez, these people were way better. So I want to encourage everyone on the musculardevelopment.com website. We have a contest gallery with pictures from MK, Min Kyum, great photographer. You can always see more clarity, more detail in the high resolution photos than you can from these, even though this is a 4K or 5K or 20K camera, whatever the hell they have now. Pictures always show you the condition. I noticed it the most when I watched that Texas Pro with Kuklo and who won that?
Ian Valier.
Yeah, because I was like, geez, neither one looked that great. And then I saw the picture, like, never mind, they look awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, so next question. Oh, good.
Hey, Ray. Yeah. What's up, Ray? So Ron, you've met Ray. Ray's a retired cop from Connecticut. He used to train at Montanari's. We used to see him in there all the time.
Oh yeah,
great guy. He moved to Vegas and works at Flex's gym.
Dude, everybody moves to Vegas. When are you moving to Vegas?
I'm not. It's too hot there.
We got the nickname. You can't leave Boston now.
Exactly. I love it. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else, Jen? Go ahead. Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Thank you.
wow.
Thank you. I'm writing
Look
it
at
down.
so fella Italiano. He looks like Danny Union.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he looked
Yeah,
great.
very similar. That's a compliment.
Yeah.
I had said that earlier in the day. I'm like, damn, this was a missed opportunity for many people. I'm like, Danny Union would have come and won this. And then this kid wins. I'm like, he looks like Danny Union.
Come on, Branch.
It's
Join
funny.
me. See you later, Branch. Yeah, like I said, especially classic. There were no names, no big names at all. Any big name guy who looked great could have walked in there today and got his Olympia ticket like that. You know, but you know, I bet right now a bunch of these guys are kicking themselves like, should have gone to Toronto. Why didn't I do the Toronto? You know.
Well, I bet Ron Hash is kicking himself, hoping to get a better date next year.
Yeah.
The Toronto Pro was a premier show.
Yep.
I competed in it, and I went to it a few times, and it was always a big deal. That convention center was jam packed.
Yep.
They had seminars and meet and greets and tons of events. This COVID really screwed things, and I think it hurt them badly this year. Obviously, just the numbers alone were not good. And Canada's a little strict up there with what they're allowing. So I hope Ron gets a good date for next time. I would love to go myself again. Maybe Ron will take a trip up and go check it out.
Let's go. It's usually in June. This is a very odd time to put it too. But you know, they didn't want to miss having the show because they didn't have it in 2020. They missed a year. They didn't want to miss 2 years. So
well, he smartly used to have it a week after the New York Pro.
Yeah.
And that's when I did it in 2013. I did New York and then went straight to Toronto.
Did you win both of them?
What's that?
Did you win them both?
Yeah.
Awesome. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. It was I had a deal with Ron Hash. He said he'd let me win if I helped him promote in years to come. So here's my payback.
Was 2013 New York Pro the time you decided to do the show the day before?
Yes.
Oh, that was ridiculous.
It was one of the most exciting wins of my career because nobody knew I was doing it. Yeah. And New York is a pretty crazy place. And when I came out on stage, most people didn't know, and the place erupted. It was awesome. It was the greatest feeling ever.
You got talked into doing it Thursday or Friday? I think it was Friday.
Yes, I was doing cardio, getting ready for the Toronto Pro a week later.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to guest pose, and I got a phone call, and someone said, "Listen, you can't do that guest posing. You're going to get a fine. It's a non-sanctioned event."
Oh, that's right.
And I was like, "Oh man!" So last minute, I went down, drove down the next morning to New York, and weighed in and won.
I believe you missed the competitor meeting.
Yeah, they let me weigh in though.
They let you weigh in, but you rolled in, and when you walked in the lobby, everyone's like, "What the hell's he doing here?"
Yeah.
You broke a lot of hearts that day. It's terrible. You hurt a lot of feelings.
Yeah, I didn't even have a hotel. I went straight to the venue, weighed in,
oh, God,
and then went on stage.
Yeah, I think that was the last year it was at that the college.
Tribeca
Performing Arts Center. Yeah. After that, it bounced around all over the place. Jen, do we have some more questions or hopefully compliments? No, just questions. Questions are fine. Bom dia.
Yeah.
Bom dia.
You shredded. Full body work.
Well, people fasting 18 hours out of the day, like intermittent fasting, I don't like it. No, I don't like it.
I don't know of a bodybuilder who would like that.
Yeah, horrible, horrible.
I don't think it's possible for a bodybuilder to do such a thing because we require so much activity to burn body fat in training. You know, the nutrient timing for a bodybuilder would not allow an 18-hour fast. We fast when we're sleeping. That's it.
Yeah, they can only eat it's like you can only eat from like 12 to 6 or something like that. You're supposed to eat as much as you can. Yeah. To hell with that.
Nobody said bodybuilders are the most healthy on earth. Maybe there is some proof that fasting is quote unquote healthier, but you couldn't look like a bodybuilder and do it.
Well, health-wise, under eating is much healthier, much healthier. The people that live the oldest are the ones that are underweight, the skinny people. That's a fact. You've never seen a morbidly obese 80 or 90-year-old person, have you?
No.
Never will. They don't make they there's a goal right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Jen, we got anything else? Oh. Oh boy.
Nice. St. Kitts is beautiful.
Wow. You been there, Jose?
No, I've seen it.
You're the only reason I know that there is a St. Kitts because there's like 100 islands down there, at least, I'm guessing, maybe more. Do you know who was from St. Kitts?
It was there's a famous bodybuilder.
Bertil Fox.
Bertil Fox, yes.
I don't know if he was from. No, he didn't get shot. He shot his
wife and his daughter. Wife and her mother.
He was his fiance. I don't know if they were married. It was his wife and his mother-in-law. Shot them in like a bridal shop. True story. He's still in jail.
Who was the woman that shot her husband?
Sally McNeil.
Sally McNeil shot Ray McNeil.
Yeah,
that's right. I
think it was on Valentine's Day too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was a shot. She used a shotgun. I don't know why I remember because I love true crime. Shotgun. And I think she couldn't plead self-defense because she shot him and then she reloaded and shot him again. So
yeah.
All right,
she had to neutralize the situation.
Yeah, he was good. He was good. I saw him turn pro. I saw him in 91 beat Paul Dillette for the heavyweights at North American because there was no super heavies back then. Remember that didn't exist. And Dillette was just furious. He couldn't believe he'd been beaten. But that was the first show he had done that anyone ever saw him because he was from Canada and then he'd been living down in Florida. And he did that show and beat Ray, but he came back and won it in 92, Dillette.
Yeah. Ray McNeil used to wear the soul glow in his hair, right?
He had like a flat top, Ray. Flat top. If you remember Ray, he had a crazy V-tape. He had a huge back, wide shoulders, really small waist.
Yeah.
Didn't have the best arms, had pretty good legs, but I just remember that X-frame on him.
Yeah, I remember. He was great.
Yeah, he didn't get to do too many pro shows. He didn't live long enough. I think she killed him like in 93 or 94. I don't know. Anyway.
That's not good for your career.
Yeah, we're off on a terrible tangent here. So anything more uplifting, Jen? Can you hear me? Jen, have we lost you?
Jen left.
I'm here.
Okay, good.
Sorry about
Jen
that.
No,
it was you were in trouble.
That's called the mute button.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the mute button strikes again. Okay. So we have Raymond says, when you're coming to visit, give him a call.
Okay. Thanks, Ray.
And also, Release Promo asks, do you have the placings for figure?
Yes, I do. Figure, I only have top 3. That's the only ones that they gave awards to. It was first place, Angelita Lopez from Texas. Second, Mariam Bamdad. Third, Katarina Aninao. So guys, if you want to see score sheets for the shows, there's a website called ifbbpro.com. You should be able to remember that, guys. ifbbpro.com. They usually have the results up by the next day, and then they're in the archive. You can go in there and you can see results for shows going back years.
What about NPC News Online?
Yes, they do the same thing. But,
yeah,
you're right. Okay. I assume they were there shooting. I haven't looked at their website today. But we have our shots up on musculardevelopment.com in the contest gallery. It's right there on the homepage. We got MK. You know MK, right? Right, Jose?
Of course.
Yeah. It's
Great guy. I got one of his hats.
First time he's worked for us, so I'm very happy that he was able to do this, do the shots. Second time, Japan Pro. My bad. Can they hear you, Jen, or am I the only one who can hear you? Well, so they think you're like a voice in my head, but you are kind of.
Now
Listen,
they
I
can
hear.
hear me though.
Okay, cool. All right.
Jen, what else we got?
What else we got?
Well, right now we have a shy chat.
Oh, okay. Well, we can wrap it up.
Okay.
We can wrap it up.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Jose, thank you so much. When I think up a good topic for the next No Way Jose, I'll let you know. We'll let you guys know to please follow him on social media. His Instagram is The Boston Mass, THEE, The Boston Mass. He has a great website called thebostonmass.com. Plenty of merchandise, coaching services, all kinds of cool stuff. And his YouTube channel, it's called Jose Raymond, right? Oh, it's called The Boston Mass.
There you go.
Is the link in the description already? It's the Boston Mass, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
You knew that.
I do. I know a lot of things and I forget them. Trust me.
You're getting old, brother. 52
Good.
years old.
Oh, by the way, your brother Tito and Amy look fantastic.
Phenomenal. Ridiculous.
They just posted a picture from some party they went to last night or yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He sent me a video of her dancing.
Oh, you
I'm
gotta
like,
send me.
who's that smoking hot chick?
You gotta send me that too.
I will. Wait till you see her. I don't know if she wants me yelling it online, but she's 10 years older than me.
Wow. So that would be 50. She'll be 57.
Next month.
Dude, she's killing it. Killing it.
Killing it.
Wow. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
Amy, for those who don't know, you young cats out there, Amy was on a million magazine covers back in the day, a million swimsuit pictorials. She won the Fitness America pageant, and then she was an IFBB pro too after that, right?
No.
She never went to IFBB. Yeah,
No.
so she competed briefly, did very well in the fitness world. More known, I'd say, as a fitness model. She was just smoking hot. You know, she's is she Persian, Iraqi? What the heck is she?
She's Iraqi Czech, half Iraqi, half Czech.
What a mix!
She's better known as my sister-in-law.
Yeah, we can't be. We got to be appropriate. That's your sister-in-law. There. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. So that's it. Thank you so much, Jose. Appreciate you taking part of this today, taking your
My
Sunday.
pleasure. Anytime. I love it.
Nice coverage that we get. And again, guys, contest photos are up on our gallery right now. High resolution images do tell sometimes more of a story than the video streams. You'll definitely see a lot more detail. If someone was looking pretty lean, if they were looking like in good condition on the stream, they look insane in the pictures, because that's what you would see if you're actually sitting there behind the judges, where I typically get to sit. Thank God. So that's it, guys. Everybody, appreciate you guys watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you know we have new videos. Turn your notifications on. Don't be a dope like me. I had my notifications off. And that's it. We appreciate you watching this wrap up of the 2021 Toronto Pro Super Show. See you next time.
Bye, Jen.